So we're kicking it old school today, back to how it used to be way back in the day before anyone knew who I was on YouTube. I got a call for a snow recovery up on the mountain, and we're going to take the old gray truck, the OG off-road recovery rig. Granted, it's a little bit more built up than it was back in the early days, but this is what we're taking. You probably also notice there's no tracks on it anymore. We'll go over that too, but I'm going solo on this one, taking Old Faithful. Let's head up the mountain and we'll talk about it more. So about a half hour down the highway, we made it to the abandoned town of Milliken. There's the whole town. And then right here is the road we're gonna take. And we're heading up that mountain, almost to the top. So we're gonna head up out here in the dirt. First thing we're gonna do is stop and start airing down some tires to smooth out these washboards. Okay, so we're airing down somewhere in this truck. Maybe it's not right now in this truck. I have the automatic deflators that you screw on, they go down to a set pressure and they stop all themselves. So normally I pull over right here as soon as I hit the gravel, screw those under the valve stems, and then I'd drive up the road, and then I'd stop up a ways up the hill, pull them back off, and my tires are deflated. And then you know, they go to the pressure you want, and you didn't waste any time because you got to drive the whole way. I don't know where they are. Can't find them anywhere, so I just pulled out the Morphlate setup, hook it into all 4 tires, and it deflates right here. Handy thing is you can shut this off, check your pressure, and then all 4 will be at the exact same pressure. I know what you're saying, Casey, you wouldn't have to air down if you had those tracks. And you're right, I wouldn't have to air down the tracks, but then I would have to load this on a trailer, tie it down, haul it up the road here somewhere, find somewhere to unload, untie it, get unloaded, go do the thing, and then repeat the whole process. And that's a big part of the reason I don't have tracks anymore. And yes, for those of you that don't know, I did sell the tracks. Shut it off, and we have 10 PSI in all 4 tires. All right, let's go. So I know the question you all have is, why would you sell the tracks? And the answer is quite simply, I have no use for them. I don't need tracks. I have no actual use for them other than I thought they did really good on YouTube. That was it. That was my only reason for running tracks. As far as the jobs go, no use for them at all. When I started doing off-road recovery, not even off-road recovery, snow recovery. To make it clear, I don't do off-road recovery. I never have. This channel's never been off-road recovery. It's snow recovery on snowy roads, not off-road. I don't know if I've done one like truly off-road recovery. It was snow recovery, and what I used to start out with when we first moved up here to Oregon is this truck. It was bone stock, open differentials front and rear, stock gearing, 31-inch tires, and I had a receiver mount winch in the front, and that's just what I used to go out and do snow recovery. And it worked really well. I got it stuck a whole bunch of times, but in the end I always got like myself and the customer out. And then I upgraded to the Grand Cherokee, which was again bone stock other than a 4-inch lift and some 33-inch tires on that one. And going from the 31s to the 33s was a big old upgrade, and still open differentials, all that, and that's what I used for off-road recovery. And that thing did everything I needed to do by a mile. Like, it was great. And then I found the original set of tracks on Facebook Marketplace for a really good deal. And I always kind of wanted to try a set of tracks and thought they'd be cool, so I bought them and I used them. And they were cool at first, but they also then became kind of a hassle. Because look what I'm doing right now. I just started up the truck in my driveway, drove out here, aired down the tires, and we're heading up the road to go to the recovery. With the track Jeep, I had to go hook up to the trailer. I could leave that one on the trailer, tied down and all, but I had to go hook up to the trailer, haul it out here, trailer it out. A lot of times you're in ice and snow and all that trailering, which isn't a whole lot of fun. Going up roads like this, and then you want to trailer as far as you can, because it's no fun to drive the track Jeep up gravel, dirt, rough road. But then you're dragging a trailer up and down stuff like this, and that's no fun. Got to find a spot to turn around. Many times I got my own truck and trailer stuck trying to turn around, have to pull it out with the Jeep, get unloaded, go do the job, come back, load back up, trailer back out, all this stuff, and then trailer it all the way home. And that became so much more work to do the same job that didn't need the tracks in the first place. And the problem was YouTube started doing really good, and I had in my head that I needed those tracks to do good on YouTube, and that's what people were watching for. So I ran the tracks, and then the next season, American Track Truck, they reached out and wanted to help me out with a new set of tracks, and they didn't give them to me by any means. I had to pay for them, but I got a good discount that made it worth doing. But then the following season, which was this season, again on Facebook Marketplace, I found a screaming deal on a set of Mattracks, which are kind of the ultimate in vehicle tracks, but also the ultimate in price as well. So I bought them. We put hydro assist steering on this truck. Well, Nate did, not we. And then mounted those tracks up, and I used them on one job, and they did amazing. They are the ultimate in vehicle tracks for a reason. Yes, they are very expensive, but they are the best. Simply, they're the best. Oh, good snow now. So I did that one job, and there was a couple problems I realized real quick. Number one, this truck is much more of a pain in the ass to haul around and trailer than that little lightweight Jeep on tracks that I can, now there's some light, that I could just leave on my little car trailer, hook up to with the bumper pull, and go when needed. This truck had to be hauled on the gooseneck trailer because of its size, but the two issues were, one, that ties up my gooseneck trailer, two, it's a whole lot more weight to be dragging around and towing, especially in the snow. Three, a gooseneck trailer takes much more time and is much more effort to hook up than a bumper pull, especially when I have the hydraulic wheel lift on the back of my other pickup. And four, and the biggest issue, is it tied up this truck because this truck was on tracks and I couldn't use it for anything else. So there's quite a few times I'd send Ethan out to do a job with the black truck, and then I'm at home, got to go do something. I realize, like, I don't have a pickup because this is what I would normally drive and it's on tracks. So it kind of became much more of a pain, and then turning around the gooseneck and hauling the gooseneck up these roads was just, it was not appealing at all, and I was turning down more and more off-road recoveries because it was such a hassle and an effort to go do them. But look at here. All the hassle is gone with this. I started it up, I drove out here, and we're driving up the mountain now to go do the recovery. Is it as good in the snow as the tracks? No, definitely not. But I'm actually gonna do it. Where with the tracks I didn't want to anymore. And I realized that I was running the tracks because I thought that's what would be best for YouTube, when it was absolutely not the best thing for me and the job I actually needed to do. So I realized I needed to stop making decisions on what works best for YouTube and start making on what works best for me and my actual company. So that's why the tracks got sold. Selling the tracks will actually cause me to do more snow recoveries, ironically, but it just became such a hassle, especially like geared up. Yeah, I was far more capable with this truck and those Mattracks, and like the capability just kept going up and up, but the enjoyment I got out of it kept dropping, and the hassle it took to do it kept climbing, so it just became not worth it. But since I don't want this to be a downer complaining video at all, we're gonna just leave that as that, and that's how that goes. And we're gonna go enjoy being out in my old worn out beat to crap truck, just like the old days, by myself, out having some fun, enjoying some time in the woods, and pulling some people out of the snow. So off we go. Let's go see what we get into. It's a Jeep Grand Cherokee that's stuck, and he's almost to the top of the mountain. So let's just enjoy a nice day in the woods. And here is our customer right here. So we'll stop here. Perfect distance to pull the winch line out. Almost made it. The top is, what does it go right over there to the top?
Well, just below there, like right in that saddle just below that top.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah, like halfway off.
Like you said, this right here in the tracks is hard as a rock.
Yeah.
But you get off the side and it just sinks. So.
Couldn't get back up on it.
Okay, you got a receiver hitch on the back. So I'll put my tow point in there.
Okay.
And
Just give me the cap.
perfect. There you go. I'll go get some winch line and hook it up. We need our tow point and the shackle. Okay, hop in and get it fired up, and I'll lock in the winch and tug you out. Alright, we're a single line pull. Bring it backwards. It's probably going to try to ride the ditch down, but that's okay. Alright, turn a little bit to the driver's side. Put it in reverse. No throttle though. Perfect. Okay, a little more to the driver's side. Make sure you're not going to swing it into any brush or anything. Perfect. Yep, stay right where you're at. In a little bit we'll straighten out, but I just want to get you back over onto that hard stuff. Okay, now straighten out. Right there. Turn, yeah, hold it right where it's at. Okay, let off. Okay, turn towards me just a bit. Okay, now back passenger side. And you're on the hard pack. Go ahead and stop there. Alright, I'm going to unhook, back up, and then you just try to stay on that hard stuff. And when we get to that wide open, just turn it into there as best you can. I'll probably have to grab your front end and pull it back out, but that's okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to see if I can turn around in there. Actually, no, I'll turn him around first, that way I can winch him around if needed. Oh. No, my holes right there kind of screwed him. Oh well. Yeah, my holes where I pulled off to the side got you there. I'll pull you back farther. Since now we know there's no big resistance or anything like that, he's not frozen in place, we'll let's go ahead and use the rope and pull him backwards. Okay, we got him unhooked, so now I'm gonna get back over here some and let him try to turn around in this. Go, buddy, go. Perfect. Okay, see if you can come forward out of there. Probably not, but we'll see. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's all right, I'll pull you. Okay, put it in drive. Okay, give a little throttle. Perfect. There you go. All right. There we go. Okay, stop right there. Put it in park. This is my favorite part. I love that part. Okay. Oops. You all come with me and go back in your home. Okay. We had to work a little harder than I thought we were going to, but I got him out. See this ditch that was here that I thought we could turn around in this nice turnout here. Much bigger ditch in the middle than I thought there was going to be. So now I'm going to back down. He's going to drive down. I'm going to turn around without getting stuck, hopefully. And we'll head down the hill. And this right here is exactly what I was talking about. Just a nice, enjoyable, fun recovery. Like, it's actually fun because there's no big effort beforehand or afterwards. Like, a lot of times coming back down, I'm thinking like, I gotta get loaded up. I gotta trailer out all this rough road and snow and try not to get stuck. And I don't have to worry about that. It's just enjoy it. And out here in the woods, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Super cool customer. And if you're wondering what he was doing up here, he's a hiker, like a long distance hiker, because he's a far more ambitious person than I am. And he's got a big hike coming up, and one of the camps is going to be up here. So he was driving to check out the snow conditions and see if it was good to go or should wait a little bit. And he found out what the snow conditions were. So as far as what he was doing up here, mission accomplished. And then as far as getting him out of here, mission accomplished as well. Like, that ditch was a little deeper than I thought. Had to pull a little harder than I thought because of that. But truck did good. Didn't need tracks. No drama. No problems. Which probably makes for a really boring YouTube video, but makes for a happy Casey. And a happy Casey is what makes me enjoy doing this. And the more I enjoy doing it, the more I'm going to want to come out and do it. Which means win-win-ish for everybody-ish, because it's not the tracks and the crazy big stuff, but it's just enjoyable. For me anyway. Hopefully it's enjoyable for some of you. Probably not for some of you, but that's okay too. There's a bunch of other channels out there, and I don't beg anyone to watch this channel, and if something else is better, go watch that. That's fine. Everybody needs to do what works for them. This truck right here on tires or simple rig like that is what works for me, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. Thank you guys for watching and listening to me ramble this whole time. And some of you will stick around, I'm sure. Some of you are out, and that's all good. We'll see some of you next time.